Hey, y'all, listen, thank you so much for coming back to another episode of the Culture and Covenant podcast. I just jumped on here real quick to say that after editing this episode, we discovered we had some technical difficulties with the sound, one of the cameras, different stuff, y'all. We tried to do the best to make it so that it's still enjoyable. We do not want it to be distracting to you. But I just wanted to say that to apologize on the front end for some of the technical things. But let me tell you, this episode is about to bless you. So if you're willing to see past a couple of those things, maybe you don't even notice them, right? I'm just being, proactive and apologizing. But if you are willing to look past those things, I promise you, you will be blessed by this episode with my brother, Tim Shropshire. It's about to start right now. So buckle up, grab some popcorn, get your family together, and let's get into another episode of the Culture and Covenant podcast. Peace. Y'all, my guy is here. He's going to help us today. Shout out to my brother, my boy, my friend, Tim Shropshire, the comedian. Come on. Listen, for those of you that don't know, I'm sure a lot of you already know who this is, but I would be remiss if I didn't tell you a little bit about who Tim is. He didn't include in the bio that we brothers, but that's cool. You can add that later. No, listen, Tim Shropshire is a dynamic comedian who brings a refreshing dose of clean and hilariously funny material to any event. The Fayetteville, North Carolina native, shout out to North Carolina. The Fayetteville, North Carolina native tours the country and overseas, sharing his multidimensional gifts with the world as a stand-up comedian and a content creator. Tim has broken the internet with his sketch comedy and food reviews that have been viewed over 500 million plus times through all social media platforms, which led to collaborations with notable brands such as Chick-fil-A, Biscuitville, if you know about Biscuitville, then we know you in the South now, and Church's Chicken. He is a proud graduate of North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, shout out to North Carolina A&T, and a 4-year football letterman. Tim is married to his best friend Esther, or got married to his best friend Esther, in the summer of 2010, and never experienced a dull moment due to their unique backgrounds. Tim and Esther are each other's biggest fans. I love that, man. That's really good. Together, they have 2 beautiful daughters, Harmony Lynn and Kenzie Ree, and 2 energetic sons, Timothy Alexander and Evan Lee. Y'all, one time for my boy, give it up for Tim Shropshire in the house. Come on.
That's when you put the yams on the chicken. And then when you start seeing the bread that you making, from being obedient. But we'll just roll up in here nice and wet.
Y'all, my guy is here. I'm so excited. All the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. He happened to be here for a couple of events, man. And I said, hey, bro, we were together earlier and said, hey, if we had more time, man, I'd love to get you on the podcast. He said, say less, like when?
Let's go to work.
I said, pull up, Doc. And so my friend, man, my brother, Tim Shropshire is here. Come on, let's go. Give it up. Put something in the chat.
You're clapping your hands for real?
Come on. I hope y'all. I hope you clap your hands. Listen, this podcast is all about talking about the places where culture and covenant sometimes collide, sometimes where they disagree. And I think that you are perfect for this conversation because in our society, in our culture, we have a lot of pressure to produce. We got a lot of pressure to keep things up. We got a lot of pressure to perform and to get more clicks and all those types of things. And so I'm realizing that, and also in our culture, we have this temptation to manufacture moments. And the thing is, I've noticed a lot of your content, while it is funny and while you plan and you are strategic, what I have learned, I guess, over time, at least talking with you, is that comedians a lot of times just use content out of real life. So you don't have to manufacture much. But before we get into all that, man, I want to hear the backstory. I want everybody that's here to hear the backstory. I may learn a couple of things about you myself, because I want to know what got you here, because people often think that when you're viral, then you're an overnight success. And I know that's not the case for you. I know you've been going at this for a minute. You have been very strategic and you have put in some time. So man, tell us Tell us about Shrop before we knew Shrop.
Yeah. Well, first, thank you for letting me get on the
Man, absolutely.
Let me hang out for it.
Listen, I'm grateful for you to be here.
You know, good to be in the OKC.
Yes, sir.
I started stand-up in 2009.
Okay.
And so I was my senior year in college. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life because I realized I was not going to the NFL. My neck had already told me, but you know what I'm saying, I couldn't even look to see what the tight end was doing, you know, but I knew I had a little inkling that, boy, you ain't going to the NFL, you better figure out what you're going to do. And but the thing is, the only thing I love, you know, T, is I love playing football. That was it. Yeah. That was my world. Football became my God. Yeah. And so I idolized football because that was my identity. Okay. And I really got broken going into my junior year. I got hurt. And I got hurt and my grades got hurt too. Wow. And so my grades got hurt. They say, but sit your butt down. Give me that scholarship back. Don't take that scholarship. Right. But in that moment, one of the worst things happened, but it was one of the best things that happened because I was face to face with God at that moment. Yeah. Because I got stripped away from what I made a God. Yeah. And when that moment hit where I stopped playing football, first time ever not playing football since I was 6 years old. Yeah. I really was seeking God. Like, okay, God, I'm sorry. Yeah. Because I already had a relationship with them. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that there was something in the way. Yeah. I didn't know I was sharing him. You know, and so until that happened, and I was like, "Oh shoot, what's really going on in my world?" And so in that moment, I was like, "Okay, what am I called to do? What is purpose? What's destiny for me? What does that look like?" I read my pastor's book called "Understand Your Divine Calling." Okay. In that moment, I was like, after reading the book, you know, I was like. There's two things I want to do. Is one, play ball. I was already doing it, and I said, if I could do anything in the world, I mean anything. Mm-hmm. I said, it's not a lawyer, it's not a doctor. I was like, it's making people laugh. Really? And I was like, I didn't see the money behind it. I didn't see the structure, the system, all that stuff behind it. I was like, if I'm just being pure honest. Yeah. I just want to make people laugh for the rest of my life. I like it, man. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. I don't know what career paths are in making people laugh, but that's what I want to do. And saw a vision. Pastor was preaching called "Answer the Call." I'd already accepted Christ, so the call, for me, wasn't accepting the call, was accepting the call. Mm. And as I'm in church, I see a lower deck of people, then I see an upper deck of people. Mm-hmm. I'm holding a mic. I'm wearing a black suit with a white shirt, and guys like, I want you to stand up comedy. It was clear as day. Really? So people always say, what's your inspiration in comedy? Was it Sinbad? Was it Bill? Was it Richard Pryor? Was it Eddie? It was a vision on Sunday morning. And I started pursuing comedy then. And I didn't know how to even navigate that. Right. I was in church another Sunday and the pastor was like, people will pay you for what you're anointed to do. I was like,
That's what I need to hear.
I said, my God. But I still didn't even, it didn't really hit me until later that afternoon. We used to do these things on college Sunday dinners. Okay. Some of the best eating.
Yes, sir.
I ain't had a meal like that.
That's how you feel the church on Sunday.
Come on, somebody. The college students will show up.
Yes, sir.
Come on now. So that's when you put the yams on the chicken. Running over to that chicken. It bless you. But we had like 300 college students, and it was like it was the best time for a college Sunday. And you got all these, like, everybody was committed. It was dope vibe. So they would always do like these icebreakers and whatever. And so I got on them. I told the young lady who was doing it. I was like, "Hey, Eric, can I host it this time?" She's like, "Yeah, Shrop, go ahead." So I hosted it.
Now, is this the first time you would have formally grabbed the mic in front of an audience?
First time hosting the mic. For hosting an event. Yeah. And it was just nothing. It was just really casual. It was 2:00 in the afternoon on Sunday, So I get on the mic and I just vibing out. Again, I'm, at the time, like, I don't know, like 20, whatever. I'm just not knowing the rights and wrongs of MCing. So I just and this girl walks up to me. She's like, "Man, you are hilarious today." I'm like, "What?" She was like, "It's crazy that you up here." She said, "At our school, we're doing Greek night, and we need MC." They was like, "We'll pay you $500 because he never showed up." And I was like, He never showed up. She said, we called him. He's not responding. I said, you can give him $500, the host. And I remember that word, people will pay for what you know. And I said, I must be anointed. And so I was like, oh, shoot. And so, so I'm gearing up to host this event, getting ready to make 500. Again, this is 500,000.
Yes, sir. That's what it is. Yes,
so I'm getting ready to host this event. We get like 2 days out, the girl hits me back.
Yeah.
She said, hey, the host that we were looking for, he finally answered the phone. I said, he has
Shrop.
What kind of phone? He had cricket. What was wrong with his phone? She was like, he hit us back. I was like, all right. I said, it's all good. She said, it's all good. She said, we still need somebody. Can you do stand-up for 15 minutes during the intermission? And that's the first time I heard stand-up.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. You had only hosted something at the church. Now, mind you, real quick little parenthetical pause. Mm-hmm. You're a PK. Oh, your dad's a pastor. Mm-hmm. So is this your home church? Is this your dad's church?
No, this is a church in college.
Okay, got you.
Greensboro.
Okay, got you. So you didn't really do stand-up, but you were just being funny.
Just being funny.
During the whole, and she just translated that.
Yep.
You literally heard everything you needed to hear.
Bro.
Okay, tell us about the stats. So you get 15 minutes, right?
15 minutes, and that's the first time I heard stand-up outside of that vision. So stand-up has never been presented to me. I didn't know how to pursue stand-up, and I was like, there go that word again.
Wow.
Stand-up comedy. The first time I heard it was, no one has ever pulled me to the side, said, oh man, you should do comedy. Right. No one has ever said, have you ever thought about stand-up? That was like, oh shoot, this is the second time I heard the word stand-up. So I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I said, I'm gonna do it. And I was nervous, and I was like, I didn't want this to be the thing of comedy, making people laugh. Because for stand-up, in my mind, you're on your own. I'm funny in a group. I'm that boy, and Shrop do this, and I cut up. Me being by myself on stage was a different element, and I wasn't ready for that. I was like, no, that ain't God. That ain't the Lord. I need to be amongst the people.
And 15 that's a lot.
So let me tell you that.
That's a lot to do.
I ain't do the whole 15. I did a solid 4.
Gotcha. Okay.
I did a solid 4 minutes, and I said a joke that didn't go over, and somebody in the audience said, huh? I said, uh-oh. I said, that's my time.
That's my time.
The security guy was like, you got about 10 more minutes. I said, no, I don't. He said, what about your check? I said, mail it to me. And I left. I never forget. I didn't even make it 5 minutes. I left on that stage, and I got in that car, and I was like, I don't care what I heard from the Lord. Okay. I want the Lord.
Wait, after this you gave up then? It sounded like.
Because I was like, this ain't it. This can't be. Because my mind is, if it's God, it works.
Right.
If it's God, it's gold.
Yeah, right.
If it's God, it's like confirmation.
Oh, yeah, man.
Nah, man. So I got that car, and I was like, I'm done. And I'll never forget, a guy named Ken came and stopped me. He was like, man, you supposed to be doing stand-up comedy? I said, yeah. He said, the only reason why you ain't doing it, he says, you're scared. You're fearing failure. And that got me back in alignment. And I've been running ever since.
I like that.
Chasing it, not running away.
Good grief.
Yeah, man.
Good grief. Yeah. Oh, I like
That's
it.
How I started.
Oh, I like it.
It went open mic. And the cool thing about people like, man, how did you get into comedy? That's how I got into it.
Okay.
I didn't go open mics. And so again, doing comedy in churches, I'm getting plugged into the pastor's anniversary, so it ain't no 5 minutes like the cats do. And give me your best 2 minutes to work your way up to your 5 minutes. No, it was straight. Pastor got an anniversary, 30 minutes of comedy. Hope we like comedy. This is the first time the church is doing comedy, but you got 30 minutes to make people laugh. So I had to come up with a 30 minute.
Bro, that's crazy.
And that's why I can go an hour and 40 not right now.
Damn it. You know what's crazy? We've talked about this before. I would argue, and y'all let me know what y'all think. I would argue that comedy, like stand-up in particular, and preaching are naked, like literally.
Boy,
a lot of the preachers that I know that are very natural at it would do well in stand-up if they had some training with that, and vice versa.
It's all about cadence, all about memory. It's all about being able to keep your audience captive. Like I understand why, like there's some truth to it. I feel there's a little bit of entertainment that goes into preaching.
Oh, for sure. There's a stylist.
You gotta have some showmanship. Sure. If not, it's the way that cadence. Someone can listen to you longer because of your cadence.
Yeah.
That you have. You're like, I just love the way you talk. I love the way you put that together.
So what made you go this route instead of preaching? You're a PK.
I wanted to go.
So you literally didn't. The preacher wasn't on you. You didn't feel that at all.
I knew that's what he didn't want me to do. because I was the one people always say, you miss your calling, right? I said, no, I was trying to pursue it.
Right.
Because I didn't want, I accepted it because my grandfather pastored. My grandfather, my grandmother pastored in a church in Lancaster, South Carolina.
Okay.
His daughter, his daughter, my aunt was the assistant pastor. My mom was a preacher.
So that is what you thought you would be doing.
Yeah, because it was in my face, and then that was on my mom's side, and so her brother's a pastor, her sister's a pastor, both her sisters are pastors.
Wow.
And so my dad's side, my mom, my dad's sister and her husband pastor a church in South Carolina as well. So it was just all around do it. So I was like, I'm gonna be a preacher. Yeah. I just know I was gonna be a preacher. And so I was like, I'm willing to pursue that. And I really felt like I was like, nah, you good. That ain't what I want you to. Your pulpit is somewhere else.
Yeah, and the thing is, and we'll get to this because I remember watching you do stand up in Houston. We were together in Houston, and then I said, "This is ministry." Like I remember, and we'll get to that. But the reason I brought that up is because they will put you up for 30 minutes. Like they don't realize how much they put into a 30-minute sermon.
Come on now, yeah.
Like how do you just place it? Like it is just as much labor.
It's work.
That's wow.
Yeah.
That's okay. I like this because it starts to show. And my wife and I talk about this all the time. My wife Jessica, shout out to Jessica, who's over there helping us with the sound and the camera and all that good stuff. Hey baby, how you doing? Back there. She's our crew for the night.
Come on now.
We talk about all the time that we see people. And we didn't see them yesterday, and we see them today, and so we think that they're overnight sensation, that they just popped up.
No.
In your process, it sounds like one, the Lord was very clear. You didn't give much fight. You said, "Oh, okay, all right." Instead of preaching, I got these jokes. Okay, great. But I'm still captivating the audience. I'm still ministering. As you're going through that process, or going through developing this gifting in you, did you ever feel pressure to speed it up to like get to whatever it was you said you saw a vision, 2 tiers, you got a black suit on, white shirt, you got a mic. Did you ever feel like you had to hurry up and get to that point?
No, I think it didn't become reality to me of what it really was until more so recent. I just saw it as stand up.
Okay.
God was like, I'm calling you to a place. And I thought it was just pursuing stand-up, and I was fine with it. So that's why I did churches so this is 2009 that I'm like pursuing it. So from 2009 all the way up to 2020, I was doing churches because that's who called. That's who called me. That's who I was. Boom,
it's almost like your niche.
Like just work. And again, so people were like, "Hey, are you gonna go to this comedy club here?" Like, I said, I don't need to go to a comedy club.
Gotcha.
Because the
30-minute spot at the pastor's anniversary.
Probably Rome is paying me well, and they pick me up on the airport. I'm saying, we gonna do this.
Digging in this pickup truck.
Digger will pick you up.
Yes, sir.
So I never even thought about going to clubs.
Really?
So comics were like, man, if you've been doing comedy for 10 years, we have never heard you. Comedy, just like preaching, is a tight community. You know the preachers in Oklahoma City. You know the preachers in Dallas. You know the preachers in Virginia. You know the comics that are in North Carolina. And they didn't know me. They were like, but you're good. So where are you working at? To be this good, how can you be a storyteller for 45 minutes and I've never heard of you? Because I've been at Mount Calvary. Having a ball.
Just putting the yams on top of the chicken.
On top of the chicken. So I never had to worry about that. And so it wasn't until I felt that it was like a shift and where I was. And I went back to the vision. And I was like, oh, shoot. When God showed me the vision, I wasn't in a church. I was in a theater. And I was like, I put myself in church because that was most comfortable to me. And I said, oh, shoot. It was like, you're pursuing churches. The call had you pursuing theaters. So I need you to pursue theaters. And so going that route made me go to the church, made me go to the clubs. Doing the clubs, you sell the clubs, your one nights, then you go to weekends, you sell the weekends consistently, then you go to theaters. And so that's why this past year, I was just crazy enough to book the vision.
I love it.
So I was like, we were trying to book this club in Charlotte. They would not hit us back for 6 months. I was like, it's not that hard to get in this particular club. We got credibility, we got followers. This is our home state. I can't get in this club. I mean, and I'm like, man, I told my boy, he was like, just book a theater. And that light bulb, like, here we go, theater. Yeah. I was like, man, come on, bro, it's 1,200 seats. And he's like, just call, see what happens. And again, I'm calling this particular club for 6 months. I got text message to prove. I'm just blued out on the right. Ain't no response. We'll get back with you. Ain't nothing. It just blue message for 6 months.
Wow.
I called the theater. They pick up on the first ring. I said, oh, yeah, okay. And they told me what it was, what it took, boom. And I was like, wow. That evening, the club called me.
Ain't that just like the devil?
Hey, what date you need?
No.
As if I hit them 2 days before. I had already stopped communicating with the club to give me that date.
Right.
They hit me up that evening. They said, what date you want? And I was like, I told my boy, I need to do the theater. That ain't the confirmation I need. Because it was almost, and so what I got from God in that moment was, are you serious about what you're gonna pursue? Because I can give you comfort. Because you can fill up that comedy club.
Right.
But it's gonna take faith in God to fill that theater.
I like how you.
And so I'm like, and so in that pursuit, and that was this past year.
Yeah.
That was Thanksgiving of 2025.
Okay.
20. What we at?
We're in 26. We're in 26.
It's been moving.
It's been moving now.
All right. So it was Thanksgiving of 25, and we did our first theater show. Wow. But I just said, I'm doing this show because I want to pursue that vision.
Yeah.
Lord, I don't know if, and then I was in this place of timing of like, and I've always been fearful of overstepping God and like moving too fast.
That's good.
And like boom. And God had me at this place of like, I just want to let you know a lot of things that you don't have is because you never pursued it. And I was like, I thought I was supposed to wait on you every time. No, if you want, God had me at this, and He still got me there.
Yeah.
If you want to go get it. And I'm like, what that mean?
Right.
That's too broad, God.
Right.
I said what I said. If you want to go get it. But when what area?
Right.
If you want to go get it.
I like this type of talking about.
And I'm like,
I like this.
Oh shoot. And so it messed up everything.
Right.
Because I'm a wait on God type of guy.
Yeah.
Or am I really just lazy? And He had to show me, because I'm killing it to everybody else.
Yeah.
But wifey sees you dragging your feet.
That's good. And that tell you the truth, that.
Ooh, where'd that come from, girl?
That right.
Where'd that come from? I'm killing it.
Right.
I went viral last week.
Right.
You dragging your feet. How do you see that? But when the world sees I'm killing it,
yeah.
You see that I'm dragging my feet.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what God was telling me in my private room. It was like, if you want to go get it, as if there are things that you are not possessing because you are looking for me to do everything.
Oh.
Can you just get up and pursue?
Hold on. You didn't see episode 1.
Nah, I ain't watched, but
watch this. Now, I hope you do after this. But now here's the thing.
I'm a subscriber.
Here's the thing. That is the reason I didn't launch last year. It took me, my first episode is called This Podcast is a Year Late, and here's why. Because I had to confess, it was a lot of dragging my feet.
Dragging your feet.
But that's interesting.
That's it, yeah.
This whole thing, I hope y'all are hearing how patience, I know that those are just words we throw around, patience and faith and those types of things in the church and in Christendom and stuff like that. But really, I don't want us to become mute on how powerful those things are, how necessary they are to our walk, because we hear them so much. That's what I'm hearing and what you're talking about. Like, a lot of people do rush to have visibility. They rush to it. Yeah. And people don't realize that the things that you need happen in moments that feel like they're insignificant, that they feel like, can you think over this process as what you're talking about? Can you think of something that felt insignificant at the time, but you realize later it was monumental? Like you just mentioned something Esther said to you. Shout out to Esther. She said, you're dragging your feet. Your boy said,
You need to book the theater. Little things like that maybe at the time felt like it was just whatever. You have more of those that kind of kept you along the way.
The shows, the type of shows I was doing, because doing shows with no microphone prepare you like no other.
Hold on, where were you doing shows with no microphone?
Fellowship halls,
really?
Nursing homes, birthday parties. My daddy turned 70. Can you come go to the back room of a Golden Corral?
No, you doing.
We ain't got no microphone, but I need one, and that helped me.
You just work the room.
Oh man!
Oh, so you was crowd work before there was crowd work?
Didn't even know.
I like that.
How y'all doing over? Mother, you rolled up in because she gave him a wheelchair.
Yeah,
you rolled up in here nice and wet. You better stop playing with it. You better spin it around. And so I didn't know. It seemed as if someone knew the future and said, "I want you to do these rooms because these rooms are going to prepare you for where you're going."
I like
Didn't know that. Didn't know that those are those moments. Didn't know that working at North Carolina A&T State University in the admissions office, I had to give presentations every single week on recruiting students and families to the school. And I had to do this presentation, and I was horrible at giving presentations. They was like, "Hey, Shrop, it ain't gonna work out for you." I know, Agabron, we love you, but this ain't for you. You got to find somewhere else. And so the lady told me, she was like, "Hey, at the end of the year, we're gonna do our final assessment, but I'm gonna let you know we're gonna let you go." And this is this is all in the foundations. This is still 2009. Yeah.
So this is right around the time you got to make a decision.
And so this is 2009, and I knew I wanted to marry Esther. I can't lose this.
My God, you can't lose that.
So I said, man, I have to figure out how I can do better presentation. I studied so much. I didn't have a study problem, but I stood in front of people like, well, A&T, we shucks. We travel. We got to study a broad program where we go to Africa. We go to Europe. And the lady was like, cut it. She took her presentation, and she was like, yeah, Tim, we losing students. So she said, I'll tell you what, we're going to give you 30 days. In 30 days, we're going to do a final assessment on you, 30 or 90, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it was a few days.
Yeah.
And she said, if you don't test out, based on what we think you were going to do and whatever, we're going to let you go. I knew other counselors did not like giving presentations. Because that was like, man, it's just you doing work and you got to stop and do a 10 o'clock presentation. You got to stop and do a 2 o'clock presentation. I went to the presentation list where it had the groups and they put the counselor's name beside it. I wrote my name beside every presentation. Twice a day, every single day.
Get your reps in.
Next week, every single day. Every single day. Tell them, welcome to North Carolina A&T State University. Go to Belize, Cambodia, Italy, Costa Rica, Spain. But I said, welcome to North Carolina A&T State University. 1891 Public Land Grant Institution.
It was like the North Carolina A&T.
The lady said, is you the same Tim Shropshire? It went from almost letting me go to now saying, we want you to manage the territory of the Midwest.
Wow.
Well, they put me in the Midwest. I was there for 23 days. I recruited in Chicago. I was in St. Louis. I was in Indianapolis, you name it. And I did that job. That turned into 4 more years of being at A&T.
Wow.
But it was a setup to what I do now.
And you
they come on, somebody. I put that ring on. I think.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Come on, somebody. But all of those things helped me to where I am now. Even to the point of how I tour now and manage geo markets.
Yeah, no, that's good.
And how to say, okay, I remember going to Indianapolis and we went to the national fair, just like a college fair, and we didn't have nobody come to our table. And our director was like, we don't need to go to Indianapolis next year. I said, no. Let's go back to Indianapolis, but send me out a week earlier. I'm gonna hit all the high schools and do these programs and do these little assessments with them. And then I said, and then I'm gonna go to the national fair. So we did that, and it was packed. I said that same principle is the same thing I do for touring. Yeah. You go to St. Louis or you go to Richmond, Virginia. I had 17 tickets that sold. The team was like, we don't need to do Richmond no more. I said, hold on. Yeah. I remember this. Let's book Richmond again, but I'm just gonna go up a week earlier.
I like
I'm gonna hit up every restaurant I can hit up. I'm gonna talk about the rib, I'm gonna talk about the sandwich, but at the end, I'm gonna plug Shrop coming to Richmond.
Yeah.
150 people showed up.
Wow.
They said, "Oh, we want you back again for the next year," and it just goes up. And I was like, "This is the same things that I learned." And like, boom, even down to the speaking, how I speak, and my cadence. My cadence is the same way as how I was speaking as. And A&T prepared me to be a public speaker. I didn't know.
I love that.
So it's those things
Yeah.
that I can't be taught anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like
nothing's insignificant is what it sounds like. God wastes nothing is what I'm saying.
And it's like when you accept like the call that God puts in your life, you gotta accept the path that He puts you on, even not even knowing where this path is gonna take you. And so it wasn't like I didn't know. I wasn't doing it. It really was practice, but I didn't. No one said this is going to be practice for this.
Right.
I was just in it.
Just in it.
And look at us now,
man.
I'm like, Lord.
And listen, we talking about viral on many stages, 500 million plus views on that. Like, Shrop, you big time.
I don't know.
Special guest. I told y'all special guest.
I'm a guest.
Listen, cause what's crazy about that is it almost sounds like you just were pursuing obedience.
Yeah.
Instead of pursuing all the things that you can do on the checklist.
Yeah. And what helped me was I don't know what else to do.
That's good.
And
where does that come from? Is that being the PK? Is that growing up in church? Where is that? Where does that come from? I think that's gonna help somebody.
Well, I don't really know. Let me be honest with you.
Right.
And because
it's just your wiring. It's
just how I was
gonna do what he gonna say.
I'm not that skillful in a bunch of things, but it goes back to your traits. You know, was he at the rodeo? Yeah. And talking to a guy, and he was like, I said, "What got you into bull riding out of all things?" He said, "To be honest with you," he said, "my daddy raced motorcycles. My mother was into rodeo." He said, "That's what I pursued."
Wow.
And I was like, that's okay. That makes sense.
Right.
And I look at like, well, how did you do comedy? Okay, you look at it as comedy. Look at your daddy. Your daddy can speak to anybody. My dad's two sides to my dad. He can fix anything. Okay. He can talk to anybody. I love it. I can't fix nothing.
So you pick the other
but I can talk to anybody.
Yes, sir.
My brother, he don't talk to everybody like that. He can fix anything.
How about that?
And so I just leaned in on that, and I was like, okay, all right. I told my wife, my pursuit, my life is going to be attached to being amongst people and speaking to people. I don't know what way. Yeah. But I know it will be that. And I think football kind of was one of the reasons too, because I never really explored anything. Because I think, because I was that type of person. I was dialed in. Like I went on. I only know one way.
Whatever that thing is,
bro.
It's gonna be
it was 2 a.m. in the morning. I'll go out and get it in, work out, and pursue. I'm gonna try and get that scholarship. I'm just locked in, and so I feel like that's what helped me also too. And we had that support. And my dad always kind of, I didn't know. I kind of see it now as I'm talking to you. Yeah. Like my dad made sure I didn't just oversaturate myself into things, which you can. Yeah. But he also showed me like, if you're gonna commit to something, commit to it. And so that's what I did.
I like it.
And he was like, "No, you want to do basketball? Okay, all right, but son, lock in on this." And they supported it, and that's so. My thing is comedy, and we dialed in.
You know what? I also feel like we have enough stories to be able to make this for me to make this statement confidently. But you tell me how you feel about it. I feel like there are a lot of people that their story started off like yours, felt like God gave them the vision, told them the direction, but they don't always stick to it in a way that represents Him. I'm not knocking those people, whatever their path is, their path. Yeah. But you've stuck to this clean comedy. Direction, and also tell me if you disagree with this. I think there's a difference between Christian comedy and clean comedy.
Yeah.
I think that the subject matter, like you talk about everything, you're still a clean comic. Like you don't talk about anything I would have to like go explain to my kids after we get in the car. But it's not like you always only talking about church. Is there a distinction there?
Yeah, I feel like Christian comedy has I would say a ceiling in a sense. a protective coat around it.
Okay.
And then also it can be misinterpreted.
Got it.
You know, because
What ways you think? And while you're explaining that, by who? Church people that misinterpret, or
a little bit of both.
Okay.
Because I feel like what made me change my flyer from the Christian comedy show was a Muslim girl from my college. There was a sweet girl named Echo.
Okay.
She said, after the show, after we finished, she's like, man, I wish I could have went to see you perform, Shrop.
Wow.
I said, what you mean? What you mean? She was in our class. And I was still in college. She's like, man, I wish I could have came and saw you.
How about that?
I said, what you mean? What you mean? You could have came to. She said, it's a Christian comedy show. And I was like, Echo. No. I didn't name it that to push people away.
Right.
I named that because I'm a Christian and I do comedy. Oh, I didn't know. And it was not inviting.
Look at that.
And I was like, how about ministry about that?
Right. Because now we're talking ministry. Because if we only do it for each other, what is light to another light?
And so I was like,
good.
So that's what really got me out of it. I was like, man, and then Marcus Wiley, the way he worded it makes so much sense. He was like, I don't see no Christian nerd, Christian nerds. I'm only working on, you got to be saved for me to work with you. Or this, like, I got to be at a Christian hospital.
Right.
And I was like, no, can't you have a light and walk in integrity and walk? And it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Good. And also, I shouldn't dim my light. Because I'm amongst folks that don't fool with God.
For sure.
And I'm like, so let me be me.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and so I'm a clean comic, and even saying clean comic, I even challenge myself as to, I want to be respected in the comedy world, not just because I'm clean.
Right. Just as a comic.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be toe for toe funny. Yeah. And just so happen I don't cuss.
Right.
And the beauty of it is like, people are like, man, how do you stay clean? I'm like, I'm not, that's who I am. Right. Come hang with me.
Right. It's not like you clean on stage and that's not who you are in real life.
Right. Gotcha. So I'm like, bro, I'm really being me. Yeah. When I was in college, they was like, when I used to cut up in college so bad, people were like, man, what was Shrop drinking? Yeah. And they were like, oh, you don't know Shrop.
Right.
Shrop.
Oh, that's crazy.
They were like, Shrop don't drink.
That's
Shrop.
Same thing that used to happen to me, but I was scared. I didn't know what was going on with me. I was just scared someone was going to get me. But they were like, no, he a vibe in real life. Like, no, that's how he is.
That's just the nature. And I'm like, man, and what gives me confidence in comedy is not how I performed in churches. What gives me confidence in comedy is how I performed in the locker room.
Yeah, that's good.
That helps me to go to any club. Yeah. If I'm in Atlanta, if I'm in Dallas, I'm in DC, I had to remind myself. I remember I went to the event and it was hood is all hood. Yeah. I'm talking about hookah, everything. The two openers that went before me, they cussed and they was hilarious. I said, man, I hope these little stage jokes going work. and I told myself, and I kind of felt bad because I was the quote unquote the headline. I'm like, man, I hope, man, this little crowd, a little outside of my elbow. We ain't at Panic Road no more.
Right.
And
now these early days?
This was like 4 years ago.
Okay, got it.
This was 4 years ago. And I was like, ooh, we was in Wilmington. Okay. We was in a little hole in the wall. I was doing something for my boy. I said, man, we about to bomb. Because I realized the people like, man, because they don't need a little cussing in their jokes. Just to make it, I said, man, I'm just going to be me. It is what it is. And I remind myself, I was like, them jokes in your team won't save and love the Lord. And you won't talk crazy, you'll make them joke a laugh. And they're like, Shrop, boy, you crazy. And I said, I remember that. I went on that show, man, I'm juggling laugh so hard. Yeah. And at the end, they're like, boy, you killed, but you was clean.
Now here's a question on the clean piece. Mm-hmm. It don't sound like you were ever tempted to do that, because that's just who you are.
No.
But have you ever had people go, hey, man, you're not... to get where you want to get.
Oh yeah.
Like you have to drop the clean. What is that like? What are those conversations like for you? And be honest, like help somebody. Have you ever? Maybe you never said it out loud before. We're gonna get it exclusive right here on Culture and Covenant. Have you ever been tempted to go? You know, they right. If I just say, well, you go homeless, something like that.
I mean,
tell us that, and then tell us why.
But I feel like
that's important.
I feel like it really is. It's like it's naturally like me. Like I only know. I can't fake being around somebody. You don't know if I like it, if I don't.
Right.
You know, the food ain't good, it ain't good.
Right.
I don't run. Man, I'm sorry.
If you don't get
that vegan burger, they do it to me. I know, a great establishment. I love what it stands for, but man, I ain't gonna run. I ain't just gonna run just for the heck of it.
Right.
But I feel that in comedy is like what you see on stage. I only got one. I got two switches. I got the chill Shrop, what you get in the day, and I got that boy that's just a full cut up. Yeah. And so, I don't curse. I don't be dropping. I got kids. I got wife, but even that, I just won't raise like that. Yeah. If you see my parents, you'll see me. Yeah. You be like, yep, that's just that. That's Samuel and Sonya's son. Yeah. And so I never been tempted to do that, and I feel like even. I feel like comedy can present. That's why I feel like I'm not quote unquote a Christian comic. I feel like you can talk about subject matters. Like you should be able to talk about sex. Yeah. In a way it's in the book. It's in there. It's in there. Plenty. Got a whole book. Come on, somebody. Got a book dedicated. Yes, sir. But I feel like I should be able to go into a marriage conference and I should be able to talk about sex, but talk about it in a way where it doesn't degrade my wife, but I also be able to talk about the realness of sex. Yeah. And just to go there because that's the taboo thing in comedy and like don't
like Christian comedy.
Yeah. Like no, we should be talking about that. That's our topic. That's ours. That's our cover. Right. So we should talk about it. Come on. And then I was like, if we talking marriage ministry, we talking that can help heal some marriages. Man, we ain't talking about this stuff. So I feel like certain subject matters can be talked about. You just got to say it in a tactful way. Yeah. And I feel like that's the clean part of what I do, and then that's the somewhat Christian part of what I do, because I have this undertone of you feel like he said that with some hope in it. He said that with some compassion in it. Good. He said that, and he shaped it in a way where it was tasteful, where a Christian could receive it.
You can tell where the roots are.
Yeah. You'll know, and know, and it's clear. So I feel like being able to move in that way is how we be moving, man.
Now we've been talking about stand up a lot, but now Shrop, you the man on social media now. You and I opened up in the intro talking about there being a formula, or is there a formula? And man, I'm no expert on it, but I kind of feel like you figured out the formula. Like you have multiple viral, like you know what to do, and you don't have to sacrifice your morals or the standard or who you are to do it. Now tell us about that. Tell us you ain't got to give us the formula, but just do you feel like there was something that you saw that made you go, I don't want to go viral, but I don't want to have to do that. Is there something, because I kind of feel like, and maybe you disagree or maybe you agree, but I feel like sometimes viral moments, or maybe I should ask you, do you feel like viral moments reveal who a person is? Or do sometimes people will perform through those things just to get the clicks and the likes, and they're really not that type of person? What do you think? Where does that lean for you?
Well, for me and how we got to going back to what we just said earlier, I'm grateful that I can go viral at being me.
Right. Okay.
Being naturally me. Yeah. How I do my reaction to my food review, that's just what I be doing. I would do that. I'll do that amongst my friends. Cut that just to make them laugh. Just how I got a camera in front of me. The skits that we do, it just comes natural. And so I'm grateful that I can naturally be Tim Shropshire in my element, and it's an honor to go viral at literally just being who I am. I don't have to be somebody else. Right. I don't have to do someone else's cadence and voice. But
see, you saying something there, Shrop.
But I've seen people who go viral off of other people's viral content. I mean, as we talk about that a lot. And unless you can put your more viral spin on it, that's one thing we kind of talk about. And I tell her, and that's the art of the internet, you know. And I could do some stuff, and I may consider doing some commentary on stuff because also it showed me, like, you know, the reason why I probably don't do a lot of commentary because I may fear of what I may say, or I don't have a strong enough perspective, or I don't want to fumble over my words, and so all that. But I kind of lean into, let me do what I feel is funny. Yeah. And I'm glad that it's
hilarious. Like,
and I just
you playing,
and I need to do more of it.
Like, that stuff is just good, man. But here's the thing. You said something there because I feel like sometimes people go viral by accident. They did something just naturally. But then going viral makes them start to compromise because they want to keep that up.
No, that just because people chase fame, and it's scary how this whole viral thing is. Because honestly, anybody, like you said, anybody can go viral. You do something long enough, you say the right thing, you say something clickbaitable, and you go viral, and you feel like you made it. And I'm like, all right, cool, it is what it is. But I feel that is a scary thing. You know, people will do something. There was this guy. I probably won't go into detail what he did, but he was. No, I'm just playing. No, I probably wasn't. No, it was. It's fine. No, it was a guy who went viral for. He was a comic, and I'll tell him I don't like his stuff. Okay. Really cool guy when I met him, but he went viral on messing up people's haircuts. Oh. And he would do, so you know the people that will cut your hair in public? They'll cut your hair like, hey, what's your name? But he'll jack your head up. And this could be homeless people, this and that. And I guess because he got a good response, he kept on doing it over and over. And so at the sake of someone getting, you know, embarrassed on camera, and I'm like, and plenty of laughs. And I was like, to me, I was like, that ain't how I want to go. And so, and I almost, if I see him again, I would tell him, like, bro, but I just kind of felt he was just at that place where he just want to go viral. And that scares me sometimes about, you know, people's pursuit. Because they want fame so much, or they want notoriety or viewership so bad, they would rather put down someone just so they can go up.
Because that's what clicks. That's what makes people watch. Unfortunately, it's the type of world we live in.
That's rough. Like I was looking at something. What do you call it? Paparazzi. I'm like, boy, you would spend your days in everybody else's business. just what? Like, that gotta be the word. You don't see nothing wrong with hanging out somebody's house, waiting till they get out and just take a bit. Like, you gonna take them on vacation? Like, that's how you want to live and make your bread, and you okay with that? No, that so I'm like, man. So I feel like we are in that time where people are looking for whatever it is to go viral, whatever it is to, you know, to have that moment. But you ask yourself, is it worth it? You know, and so I'm glad that we're able to have the following that we have, you know, the way we make our content.
You built it, man. You didn't buy bots and all that type of stuff. Do you have a bold line? Do you have something, or in other words, how do you discern for you what's funny versus something that'll violate your convictions? Because like you said, the other dude got plenty of laughs. But you and I wouldn't actually call that funny. You know, do you have a bold line that you just know that your team knows, something that you can?
I mean, you know, and then you know, then you got a wife that will check you if you kind of get off. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, don't put that. It's funny. It's funny, but the world don't need to hear that perspective about. And so being able, but I think I got enough governor on the inside of me to know, like, what's cool, what's not, what's too edgy, what's not. And the cool thing about it, I don't do a lot of current events. Too much. I just pretty much stick to family, myself, you know. And
because most of that you got to include opinion, include perspective.
You know what I'm saying? You can get something wrong, and then you know,
and that's out there.
It's over. So I think I just lean it. And then sometimes I get on myself a lot, like, hey, why are you watching movies? You got work to do. And I'm like, oh, you supposed to be watching movies. And I'm like, how much of what you watching goes into your content? And I was like, none.
Gotcha.
And I was like, you don't even look at current events to put it into your set.
Gotcha.
So why you watching that?
Yeah.
Lock in, finish what you say you're gonna do.
No, that's good.
So I just really my inspiration comes from life experiences. That's why we travel as much.
Yeah.
That helps me when we go through life. I get stories from when we go to Paris. We can't come here to come to the rodeo. You know, seeing that something is going to happen when I start riding. I may have a cowboy character now, all because of seeing black cowboys this weekend. Like, how did this come about? Or a character can come out this, or a conversation. So we try to just live. That's why if I'm stagnant, I don't get material. So we pursue, we go, we travel with this. The argument that I had with my wife the other day, that's going to go in some set.
That's going to be.
Because when you look back at it, you be like, why we talk about that?
Yeah.
Why we get mad at that? And then I realized it was on me.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, why she always right?
Right.
You know, so like we got to put that in there. So it's just life experiences.
Yeah. No,
that's how cool. That's what I'm cool for.
And the thing is, man, it seems like I said, you have a formula, your team has a formula. But it also seems like in our world, in our culture, the algorithm does not reward patience. It's all about jumping on.
Yeah.
You talked about having a lot of patience. It sounds like you do this solely because you were told this is what you're supposed to do.
Literally.
So do you ever have? Well, I would assume not. I feel like I know this, but just for the sake of the conversation, do you ever have any issues with considering doing something else ever? Like, do you ever feel like you lose faith when the numbers don't show or something don't land like it was supposed to land, or is it just more water under the bridge? How do you handle those moments when it doesn't go like you expected it to go?
I know I'm supposed to be in it, so it's like figure out a way to win.
I like it.
Like, I know I'm not supposed to drown. So you better swim, boy.
Swim, boy.
You better swim. I know clear as day I'm where I'm supposed to be.
That's good.
And where my blessing is coming from, it's going to be in this land. So stay here. Figure it out. And so like that's where I know. And it helps, going back to my wife. It helps when your wife is locked in.
Yeah.
And so, because when I did want to quit, that was my confirmation. My wife was like, if you don't get back in there and make it happen. I said, you don't see the account. we need to go to Walmart or somewhere. We need to Uber Eats. We need to do something. Just keep pursuing. Like, stay in there.
Yeah.
And when my wife did that, I ain't never had the question.
So how many times since 2009, if you know the number, about how many times have you gotten close to quitting? Would you say? We talking
so
15, 16.
So 2009, we started, I was working a job, working in missions. I started in 2014, right? My daughter was born in March of 2020, March 21st. They messed around and gave me 12 weeks of maternity.
Yeah,
I said, that's a long time to be home with my wife. And so I I went back to work. I guess one gym or whatever. I went back to work, and I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to be home with my daughter. I was like, man, that was so precious. And I was like, so I only lasted a few weeks.
Wow.
So I ended up leaving in August.
Gotcha.
And I was like, I want to figure, if I was making $2,500 a month, I said, I can make $2,500 a month. Doing comedy, I can figure it out. And I was like, all right. So we did it. I almost got evicted a couple of weeks later. But we made it. And so I left. I didn't work a real job until 2017. And I was like, I told you, I was like, I'm gonna have to get back. So right when I started working, I did the after school program, and then like 2 weeks later,
2009 to 2017.
So 2014. So
2014. Okay, gotcha.
2014.
Okay.
To
you just said when your daughter was born. Okay,
2017. Okay. So we had another baby the year after. Hold on. So 2017.
Okay.
We're in the after school program. Right when I started working there is when Pastor John P. Key discovered me. And I went on tour with John P. Key. And I was
Wait. You went on tour with John P. Key.
Yep.
Shout out to Uncle John P. Key. Come on.
And that's the first person.
Tour?
That's the first person to tour me around the world.
Really?
Was John P. Key.
So it was like an opener.
My first time. I lied to the lady today. I told her my first time in Oklahoma City was last year.
Right, because you were on
my
tour.
first time in Oklahoma City was with John P. Key.
Would you look at that?
We did a 15-city tour on a bus.
Wow.
And we stopped at Oklahoma City. There's a church here. I gotta find it. There's a church in Oklahoma City we went to. They go to that church. But
tell me today, we're gonna get connected to it. We're gonna see if we can do that. Because we're doing something right now. Yeah.
So
we'll talk about that.
But in 2017 is when we did it. And I was like, it pops off right when I get a job. So the lady that I was working for was so cool. She let me travel, and that's when I started traveling.
Yeah.
And I only lasted for maybe a year and a half. So I know it was like 2018. It had to be that. And I was like, we're gonna go all in. And so we just ever since 2018, we just went on. Even when it get tight, and that's even in that. All right, okay, you could be taught to go find a job. I'm like, no, find a job within your job.
Right. No, that's
so that's why I was like, all right, create
that, man.
Create
that's
this,
good.
create that. So every time I created something, particularly in my brain, it's probably been because I was broke.
I like it.
Every time you see something, he can,
whatever lever he need to pull to get you to do what you
want. And I'm
like,
and so I've learned how to navigate, how to create. And I was like, I believe I'm creative enough to figure it out. And I believe God is big enough to provide. And so we gonna find a way. We'll create here, create there, create this. All right, we started outside of what we was doing in stand-up, and then we started doing promoting and collaborating with brands. And I was like, that's something that you're leaving on the table. I create that, made a part of that. You're doing these food reviews. All right, we ain't really making bread on food reviews unless a brand pays us. All right, how can we market and capitalize on this? Well, create a festival. Create a festival, do this. All right, now get sponsors. Yeah, you get this. All right. So it just Shrop Fest, August 1st.
I know. I was about to say, we're going to talk about it. It's coming too.
You know, so it's like, it's just layers to it. Okay, all right. How can we maximize making money and doing stand-up? Okay, we're going to tour. All right, do this. All right. Now, my buddy challenging me. And that's why you gotta be prayerful and thankful for your circle.
That's
not even knowing that's gonna challenge. My boy was like, hey man, why don't you make your own special? Don't wait on nobody to put their money up. Like, just do your own special, then sell it. So that's what we did. So we created
it was good.
Like, man, thank you.
Because it's on my TV right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you'll learn how to navigate. You'll learn how to make it. Then you look up, you're like, yo, we did this. And then when you start seeing the bread that you making, from being obedient, from trusting in God, when you start seeing the number that you was praying for show up in your account, it don't show up right away.
Right.
It show up when you start complaining. And you go look back. Oh, I know that's what you prayed for. Oh Lord. And so being able to see, like, God, thank you for hearing me. God, thank you for navigating me and taking me through this and let me see this and let me pursue it. And so even when you take a dip, God is showing you, I just want to let you know, I took you there. And if you dipped and whatever, just know that it's possible. And because I experienced it, it gives me the faith, even when I want to quit or want to slow down, you crazy for thinking that you crazy. God will show me, like, I just want to let you know, you did do this. This did happen. If you want to go get it,
we overcome.
So I'm learning. That's
a testimony of you being reminded of your own testimony sometimes.
That's how you
do. I like that.
That's how you do.
And what's interesting is you moved. So we were kind of going through this timeline, right? Stand up, and then you still do stand up, still do amazing stand up, but then also now having this viral content, doing the food reviews, doing partnerships, and all that type of stuff. Something Esther said earlier, Jessica and I were talking about. My wife Jessica and I, we were sitting with something she said. I don't even think you were in the room earlier when she said people trust his pilot. I said it like I'm from Philly just now. I know. But that's an interesting thing because going viral, being popular, having a lot of followers means you're known, but there's a different thing to be trusted. And I think that really has to do, now we're getting into some of the fruit of keeping that covenant you had is that now you're trusted. I feel like I know this, but I'm asking you anyway. Do you feel responsible for what your audience consumes from you?
Yeah, most definitely.
And there was a story you told earlier. I don't know how much you want to tell earlier. Or how about this? I'll say a little bit of it. You take it as far as you want to take it. But you weren't even doing a promo. You just went and got something, and someone just saw you getting it and wanted to get it because they saw you.
What was that?
I ain't gonna say to you. It was a piece of something that you was gonna eat, and you weren't promoting it. But someone just saw you getting the food, and so they got in line to get the food.
Oh yeah, that's the real.
Well, I wasn't gonna.
That real one of the worst real that I ever had in my life.
Shrop.
That joke, he needs to swear at it. He don't know how to work with the He don't know how to work no smoke. I said, Lord have mercy.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I felt in my chest, it was so bad. He used the wrong wood. I think he used a pecan tree.
Oh my
wood.
God.
It was.
Oh my God.
Yes, and I felt responsible because my niece got in line. I ain't seen this particular niece, it's S's niece, but you know my niece now.
Yeah, of course.
But I ain't seen her in years, and so she saw me last. But she again saw the food reviews and all that.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my God, my uncle's here!" Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So she came, and so she got in line. And she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get something." So she got what I got because she trusted. Like, well, he in this line with this guy with these ribs, it got to be good. And it didn't even dawn on me until she got back to the table. I eating the rib, and I saw her get ready to bite. I said, "Don't you take a bite of that." I apologize. That's one of the worst ribs I had in my life. I'll buy you a meal. But yes, that what happened.
See, I didn't know you was gonna tell the whole story. But really, what I'm getting at is the fact that sometimes you don't even know when people are looking.
You don't.
You don't know the type of influence you have.
You don't.
What does that feel like to you? Is that something you think about all the time? Is that something that kind of is an afterthought? What is that like to you?
It's a lot of emotions go through your mind, especially when you're talking about just primarily to food reviews. And you're seeing the impact it makes on people to them to patronize these restaurants.
Right, and the impact on the business.
That is mind-boggling. And so part of me, I made a video about it. I said, part of me, I'm thrilled, I'm happy. The other part of me, like, man, I need to have my own food truck.
Right.
I said, I need a piece of that pie. I said, daggone, y'all keep it on with it. I can't be struggling and then y'all be talking about, we made $100,000 in 7 weeks. Hey, you did what? Oh Lord, praise the Lord. Wait, do me something. But it also, it did show me, and it continues to show me, like, man, that level of influence.
Yeah.
And so, how do you monetize off of that? All right, create your own.
Yeah.
All right, you got boom, create some products on your end, on your own to work. So that's the beauty of being around Kev on stage, being around Tabitha Brown, who knows how to take their stand up or their content and then be able to create product around it and be able to monetize it, to take these people and to capitalize off of that. If you have the influence to do that, all right, I need you to create something within yourself that can have something that you can offer to people and something that's quality that matches your brand. And so it's a dope experience to see that I was with someone, I can't remember where it was, but they were just hearing the joy in their voice. The guy who was supposed to be doing a video at the hotel, who was at the restaurant, and I'm going in doing a video for them, and then the chef comes out. I think he's thanking me for coming to this restaurant. He was like, no, he's really thanking me. He was like, 'cause I watch your stuff. I'm like, you in Oklahoma? What in the world? He's like, dude, and you decided to come through our restaurant? Do you know? And so one guy told me for his spot, he was like, dude, thank you for coming to our restaurant. With your not only did it impact us as a business, but he said the guy who we were almost going to let go, he now has a full-time job. He said, we have
you changing the lives out here, didn't know.
I said, man, he said he got a son, he's 8 years old. And he's like, man, you bless him. I was like, you mean tell me that one video helped give a man a full-time job?
Jesus.
I said, well, I didn't.
Now,
you don't see that part.
But this is the thing. How many of those stories exist that they don't get to tell you?
That right.
Like, cause that's
right.
What does that feel like to you? Here's why I'm asking that.
But it goes
does
back
that
to
keep
what
you up sometimes? Does that feel like a burden? Like what is that to you?
No. I think that's the movement. I think that's the ministry. That's something you ain't supposed to ponder on it. Remember we talked about earlier, no matter how big you get, you always got to keep a seed in the ground.
I was going to mention it because I was going to say you talked about monetizing the business side of it, but the truth of the matter is I don't know if enough people know. But you plant a lot of seeds. You do a lot of stuff without expectation of return.
Faith in me. The reality would be like, oh, I don't know what the future's gonna hold.
Right.
But the faith, the crazy faith in me tells me, don't ever worry about nothing. You're gonna be all right.
I love it.
You got enough seed in the ground.
Yes, sir. Something gonna sprout.
Something got to come up. We done sold too much. Man. We done
Y'all
sold
hear
too
this?
much. We done sold too much good. We done sold too much something. And the thing is, the seed ain't really just for me. It's for my legacy.
Right.
It's for my son. It's for this.
I do use prophetic. That's one of my next questions. I like that. We're going to get there.
It's the seed that we sow. So I'm reminded, no matter how big you get, how much money you get, how many opportunities you get, always keep a seed in the ground. These brands may pay you. All right, but I want you to be sensitive enough to know when a brand ain't got nothing. And they need keep a seed in the ground. Baby, I got you. I got you. Let's make it happen. You just never know.
And that's about leaning into discernment, about praying, about hearing from the Lord. Y'all hear this? So, okay, I want to ask you that legacy question, but I got one more question before we get to the legacy question. And then I want to do a quick rapid fire thing with you. And we'll finish up.
Okay.
I hear some of these things that you're doing. It sounds like you have rhythms and things like that. What are some of the things that you do to protect your soul while you're increasing in visibility, while you're growing in influence, while you realize people listen to me, people trust me? That can mess people up sometimes. What do you do to protect your soul?
Well, I've been doing a better job. It's some 4 a.m., man. On my knees, hands out. And God reminds me when I have it. And just that devotion, staying there. Staying plugged, marriage. When you got alignment in your marriage, you can just forget everything. And that helps me to make sure I'm plugged in. So I feel like there's like a few things that I do every day that I have to remind myself, I gotta do these things, 3 things in. And then one of them, or the 2 main things is plug it in the God in the morning. And my 4 a.m., I gotta be on my knee. I got a particular area. Because again, it goes back to what I saw. I saw myself, God was showing me like, I need you to change your posture. Change your posture, and that really just started shifting me. And just like
that's 4 a.m. just the time you just like to get up, or this is a sacrifice.
Man, that's the time I kept on getting up, man.
And so you just said, okay, this must be for that.
Well, here you go.
Gotcha.
I stopped fighting.
Y'all don't miss it.
Now sometimes I fight that joke.
No, I believe it. I believe it. But the thing is, there's obedience. There's a thread of obedience and faith in your story the whole time.
And it's not even a 4 a.m. I gotta be up for 2 hours. It's that thing that keeps me. That it's like that marker, that checker. Like it lets me know if I'm getting off. Like how many days have we gone without getting out early?
Do you notice sometimes during your day if something going off, you go, oh, I ain't do 4 a.m.
Yep.
And that's motivating enough to
Or he'll shut the bank down.
Jesus.
He'll do something to get my attention.
Jeez.
So let me go ahead and get on down.
That's how my friend, he said every time the Lord want to get his attention, he started touching his pockets. He said every time.
Because
God, I don't want that.
It goes back to being, I just picture myself in the middle of the ocean. I'm out here, dog. I am out here. And the only way that I can survive is through him. There's no other lifeline. There's no other. And God was like, I'm just going to let you know, I got you so deep out here in this ocean, you need me. And if you don't have me,
say that, Shrop,
you will drown. I'm not on, because I realized for the longest I was on shallow water. That's why I won't go nowhere. But I call myself trusting God. God was like, oh, you trust me? You don't. You're in shallow water. But you hold on to this. You hold on to that. I need you to launch into the deep, big dog. The launching into the deep forces you to only depend on me.
Right.
So I'm out here. So I had to let go of everything. I'm like, boom. I'm like, man, we gonna be out here. Like, shucks, we out here. So God has a way, and God had me to a point where he was even showing me, and I was frustrated because I could only get money if I asked for it.
Hold on, man. Explain that some, please.
I was frustrated at God.
Explain some of that because
I couldn't get no contracts, and I'm talking about the bigger ones. I couldn't get anything. I couldn't get nothing unless I asked God for it. And I was like, but why can't I just show up? You know, some people like, I just show I'm a money magnet. It just come. I won't magnet. It won't come. The only way I would get $5,000, the only way I get 10 grand, I had to ask for it. I had to call it in. Holy Spirit, I call in $10,000 right now. I call in $20,000. I call in $30,000 opportunity. Lord, I call in. Give me a $5,000. I call it in. Contracts, brand deals, brand partnerships, tour opportunities. Oh God, help me to create content that goes like calling my buddy Lenny from California said, Shrop, God is challenging you to call it in. God to call in. He start praying in the spirit. Like, all right, boom, 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 all right, boom. He said, Shrop, whatever you believe in God for, call it in. And so I start calling in. If I call it in, it will happen. It will show up. And I will realize when I stop calling it in, it stopped showing up. And I was like, God, I don't mean no harm, but I feel like I've done enough to be able to create this rhythm and flow. And so my prayer was like, man, can I have a flow? All right, no, I need you to call it in and be clear with me. And I was wondering like why. And I was getting frustrated, and God was showing me was like, oh, you don't want to call on me because you don't want to depend on me.
Shrop.
And I was like, so calling it in makes me independent of him. So he got it set up to where the only way you can get this, you got to come to me, big dog. Because I want you to realize when that $100,000 contract come in, I want to make sure it don't go to your head. And you think you're so big and bad. You got to know it came from me. So when stuff be happening, I be like, look, I just have to go to another room. Lord, I thank you.
Yeah,
Lord,
got to.
Not Shrop, let's go. That's what I'm telling you. You built for this, Shrop. You got this. No, it ain't that.
My goodness.
And so I didn't like it, but I'm understanding it now.
Yeah.
Is the alignment. It's the going back to, I need you to change your posture.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, boom. And like God was just showing me like, boom. Because I realized this. God was really showing me, if you don't have what you're supposed to have, it showed me, it's because you didn't come to me for strategy.
Yeah. He's been consistent with you, Shrop. It sounds like when he said it once, you got to say something different.
You got to say nothing.
Remember, check my last email.
Yes, Lord, I'm on some new words, whatever. But God, like, you don't need no new words.
Right. No, I got you.
Use my word that I'm saying.
Because it's been working.
It's been working.
That's in the scripture somewhere.
Every time I need money, every time I need something, God go back to, what's the word I told you in 2017? Your answer's wrapped up into that one word, and that one word was make videos. I said, Lord, I want to be an international national comedian. I want to travel the world. I want to do comedy. All he said was make videos. I ain't heard nothing else.
My goodness.
I said, but what about that? Make videos. But I want to make videos. And so when I started looking at God's track record and what he's been doing in my life, everything that I've been getting has been associated to making videos.
That's how a lot of us, and those of you that know who Shrop is, and I know y'all should be commenting and all that, like show him love for real. Y'all know him because you found the video. It got to be.
Somebody asked me, how in the world did you and your wife go to Paris?
You made a video.
I made a video.
You've been to Ghana? Made a video. Look, y'all better catch this.
And it goes back to God. I'm like, ain't no big old word I gotta say.
Right.
It goes back to that one. So God, I'm like, man, I was driving through a neighborhood, and one of them neighborhoods that put chills through your body. And I was like, I don't think we ever gonna get no high like that. Close your eyes. We ain't gonna get no high. And I was just driving away. I said, Lord, how in the world could we go from where we at to get a house like that? You too.
Really?
I said, what? Clear as day. And I said, ain't that making videos? And I'm like, how you been doing your content for YouTube? I ain't been. Oh, okay. All right. Just stop asking me for stuff.
I see what I see.
Make the video. Don't worry about how.
Yeah.
Don't worry about. Just make it.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the rest. And that is the faith walk.
That's the word.
Of trusting God. Because in my brain, bro, you got 3 and 1 on the way.
Yeah.
I got 4.
But by the time this episode, she be here. By the time the episode, she here now.
We know how to provide, take care of our family.
Yeah.
It baffles my mind the way we supposed to make money in the space that we in now.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, you want me to make videos to take care of my family?
Blows my mind.
And I'm gonna trust you. And God showed me, I will bless the daylights out of you. You don't know, don't play with me.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Don't play with me, Shrop. Don't play with me. I can do more. What do you?
Yeah.
Stop. You think it needs to be this? Think it needs to be that? Like, no. Oh, I think I need to do real estate. Create the digital real estate I told you to do.
Yeah, that's
make
good,
the videos.
Man. That's good, man.
Make the content, put it out there, and let the rest be history. It will do more than what you think it will do. It's sowing seeds. It's blessing people beyond measure. It's helping the little white lady, helping the little white man, helping the little black lady, helping the black boy. You just don't know what it's doing. Just be obedient to me. We in Paris and they talking about, man, we enjoy your video. We in London, England, and go do it in the background. Grandma. That's what I said in one of my videos.
Yeah.
He said, we love you, man. I'm like, what? How in the world?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And it goes back, just be obedient.
You
don't got to do abundant what you ask.
Above all, you got to ask for things.
So we just learn to trust him. And it's scary, but, and the beauty, like I said, the beauty that makes it just the ability to digest it.
Yeah.
The call is my wife.
Yeah.
She locked in. She's like, this is what we're supposed to do.
I love it, man.
And she tell me it's another gear. It's another level. Like, you ain't really seen it yet, Shrop.
Yeah.
It's a whole other
tapped in. Mine right there tapping in, helping us produce. Yeah. I mean, Shrop, this is good, man. We can literally do this all day. I gotta ask you this legacy question. Because our family spent time earlier. Kids had a ball. It's not like they knew each other for a long time, for real. What do you want your legacy to be? And this is open-ended. This don't have to just be comedy. This don't just have to be like social media. What do you want Tim Shropshire's legacy to actually be?
I want my kids, my seed, to know that Daddy loved God. He loved his wife. He loved them kids. And he was willing to do any and everything to pursue God's purpose for his life.
So good.
That is simply that. I made my comedy special simply to create a blueprint for my kids. I wanted them to, just in case my kids want to go into comedy, I didn't want to have to look for somebody else to get a blueprint. And I never want my kids to ask me why I didn't pursue. Because now that makes them question God. Like, is he really that big, Dad? Is God really that big?
Good.
So I got to show the big God in my life for them.
Yeah.
We're the ones to create the ceilings for our kids. I really feel this, and it's that we create the world that our children will live in. And so what will we create? Yeah. And so I just want to be the one that is just crazy enough to believe God.
Yeah.
Because now that takes their level of what they think of God, their identity, what they define God as. It changes based on how I pursue and perceive God. If I limit God, they don't limit him too. Yeah. So I wanted to be that God, that they daddy loved their family, loved their mom, loved their brother and sister, and he was willing to pursue God's purpose on his life.
That's powerful, man.
No matter what.
It's simple, man. That's very powerful.
That's all. Yeah. Pursue it. They got to call it pursue it. Yeah. Pursue it. Because what is it? Pursue. Yeah. Whatever God calls you to do, relentlessly chase it. Yeah. Go out there and do it. Because on the journey, the beauty of it is that he got these certain things that we'll do, but if you pursue what he called you to do, you ain't got nothing else to worry about.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I love it, man. Listen, I'm hearing a lot of encouragement, and I'm encouraged. You helped me tonight. You, my brother. I know y'all have been helped. Our culture is addicted to outrage, to exposure, to shortcuts, to instant gratification. Man, what I'm hearing and what I know y'all are hearing through your story, through your testimony, is that faithfulness still matters.
Oh man, always.
And you've just been faithful. You've been obedient.
You gotta be.
Like, all right, well, we out here. So that's what we're gonna do.
We out here.
Man, that's very powerful and very encouraging, especially because you talking to me, and it's a new podcast. I'm out in that water right now, Doc. This is good encouragement, man. I appreciate it. Let's do this rapid fire, man. I'm gonna let you go. We could literally do this all day, and we have. I'm grateful for you. We could literally just keep going, but I gotta ask you a couple things.
Let's go.
And I'm a rapid fire. So here's the rules. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
10 seconds only.
Okay.
You gotta answer. This is like one of them song association games where if you run out, I don't know we're gonna have to do push-ups or something. I don't know. That'd be behind the scenes footage.
Let's do it.
But 10 seconds to answer the question. At least start to answer. Rapid fire. I got 4 questions for you.
Oh,
maybe a 5th one if it's gonna be fun. But here's 4.
Oh, let's go.
First one is, who is the most underrated comedian right now?
Oh, we going there.
There's a timer on the screen too. We did that in the edit. Yeah.
Underrated comedian, Shula King.
Ooh, good. I like it. Shout out to him. Okay, you ready? What's a church phrase that instantly makes you laugh?
Favor ain't fair.
Okay, wait. Pause, rapid fire. Why does that make you laugh?
It's one of the most arrogant statements ever.
We're going to have to talk about that on another. I like that. Okay, all right, here's another one. What's one thing the internet has normalized that scares you?
Sex. Porn.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Because we got babies.
Yeah. That's good. Okay, last one. What's one thing young creators need to hear? I feel like they heard a good amount, but give us something right now. Talk directly to the young creator.
Say that question again.
What's one thing young creators need to hear?
Don't let the word validate you. Let God do it. Yeah, that's that. Because it goes back to what you said earlier.
Yeah.
And don't let the world validate you. And you go off God's validation.
I love it. All right, I'm gonna throw in one bonus one.
Let's go.
See if you got one, because you've been in church all your life.
Okay.
Give me this is a real moment, but give me your funniest real church moment. Something that maybe you think back and it tickles you anytime you think about it. Something that happened anytime.
All right. We had Eric went to Baptist Church, Second Baptist Church, never made first place. We had these AC vents on the floor. Come on, I got 10 seconds. We had these AC vents. They were, on the wall, but we had AC vents on the floor.
Yeah.
And when they get to cranking up, and then it gets up, and we used to put hymn books over it.
Okay.
And so
y'all like that?
Yeah. This particular Sunday, we done put the red hymn books over it, and the mass choir was marching in, and Sister Lula McCahan was marching in, and she marched in right over that air vent, and that thing blew up, and I saw everything that Sister Lula McCahan were working with. As a 7-year-old, I'm like, whoa, she got a girdle. It's a girdle. Didn't know. And so to me, that was the funniest thing ever. And then getting a whooping for that. Now I'm just losing. Then the usher tap you, your mom, and you got to slide down. The funniest ever. Because she didn't know no better. She was still marching.
Yeah.
This I'm talking about daggone the robe, the choir robe over her head. She still marching. I said, Lord Jesus. So to me, that was funny.
That's good, man. I love it. Man, tell us what you got going on. Tell us what you got coming up. Tell us how we can find you on social media.
Tim Shrop Comedy, TimShrop comedy on all platforms, every single one of them. I'm on tour, and we got about 20 cities that we're doing.
Yeah.
And we'll be in Louisiana, be in DC, we'll be in Detroit, be in Raleigh, North Carolina. So we're going all over. Shrop Fest, my food festival, that'll be not just one day, but 2 days.
I saw that.
It's stretching me, bro. I just want to do one day.
But that was like increased to me. Because you did one day last time, but you have to do 2 days.
No, I don't have to do it.
Well, you got enough for it to happen.
I told the man, I said, you sure? But you know, you need to be around people who will stretch you.
Yeah.
I was going to do a church parking lot when I first realized I want to do Shrop Fest just to get a few food trucks. I want 300 people. A guy that owns a farm said, hey man, do it at my farm. I said, the place is big. He said, be fine. We had 1,400 people that showed up.
Yeah. He
said, all right, Shrop, he said, I want to host it again for you next year. I was like, cool, let's do it. He said, but we're going to do 2 days. I was like, no. And I was like, are you fighting him because you're depending on your own strength?
You got to comfort again.
Here we go.
Right.
Man. I said, let's go 2 days. It's like, you want to do 2 days? Like, see, if you don't think we can do 2, we can do right. and so, but no, we just challenge it. I can't be comfortable. So Shrop Fest, August 1st, August 2nd. Yeah. We're on tour. Make videos every week. And we just trying to.
And this episode, I believe, is going to drop right before that. So y'all, if you're in, it's in Cary?
Yeah, Cary, right outside of Raleigh.
Listen, get your tickets.
Yeah.
Reach out.
Yeah.
If the cities that he mentioned have already been done, check the schedule. What's your website, Shrop?
TimShropComedy.com.
Oh, it's literally Tim Shropshire Comedy everywhere.
Yep.
Find him. Buy tickets. Go to the show.
ShropFestusa.com is the website.
Listen, and at some point, bro, you got to do a fest, like a Shrop Fest tour. Like you got to hit different cities.
I think so.
Got to.
I think so.
Because I would love OKC to be one of those cities.
Come on, somebody.
And we already cooking something. We can't put it in this episode, but we're cooking something that'll happen after this episode. So we'll be able to promote it. But like, man, thank you, bro. Man, thank you for being here.
Bro, you know it's a done deal.
Yes, man.
It's all love. Timothy, I got to look out for Timothy.
Yeah, listen, the Tims is in the room. The Tims is in the room.
It was 3 Tims earlier.
It sure
He
was.
said, you can put me in the room. I'm language to him, and I like barbecue too.
He came in his business card too. You might see this, man. Shout out to you. He was a really, really, really nice gentleman, man.
That's right.
But yeah, thank y'all, man, for tuning into another episode of Culture and Covenant podcast. Thank you to my brother. Thank you to your beautiful family, to Esther, to the children for hanging. We just had a good time today, man. Just thank you for doing this. This means a lot.
That's love.
This means a lot. So appreciate y'all. Tune into the next episode. And if you haven't watched the other ones, go ahead and just check out what we talked about last time and the time before that and the time before that. And follow my brother on all platforms. And be blessed, y'all. Culture and Covenant.
Appreciate y'all.